Hey, Sickboy from the Gaminganarchist Collective, and I want to go through some pickups before I share a little bit of an analogy for you guys. Right, first off, I'm going to go through the pickups of games that have already been out for a wee while that I'm catching up on and picking up, played before, and want to buy a copy of. So, here is one game that I think is one of the most underrated games of the current generation. Singularity. Is it unique? Not particularly. Does it have anything in it that is groundbreaking? No, but as I mentioned before, there's a difference between taking influence from other games and from making something entirely new. Now, I have to say, this is a bloody good game. Really enjoy it. Really enjoy Singularity. It's a good horror shooter. It borrows bits from BioShock. It borrows horror elements from other games. It's a mishmash of currently standard practices, but bloody good game. Really worth it. If you see it cheap, it's worth picking up. It is a fun game. Another old school game that I played on the PC ages ago and didn't have an Xbox when it came out is Gears of War 1. Haven't played this on the Xbox, funnily enough. Had my Xbox since 2009, not played Gears of War 1 on it. So, thought I'd pick up a copy and, you know, why the hell not? Speaking of iconic games on the Xbox that I have yet to properly play, Lost Planet 1 and Lost Planet 2. Now, I've heard mixed bag of Lost Planet 2. Lost Planet 1 being a very early Xbox game that I didn't have the console. I believe this came out before I got my console. Must have been. Look on the dates here. I can't see. I normally see the date straight away and I can't see it. Anyway, this definitely came out prior to... definitely came out prior to me getting an Xbox. For some reason, it doesn't have the copyright date on here. Or not one that I can see, whatever. I think this probably came out about 2008. It was one of the earlier launch titles anyway, fuck it. And Lost Planet 2. Now, Lost Planet 2 I didn't pick up because I didn't pick up Lost Planet 1. Found them both dirt cheap, so I'm going to play them through. Now, one of the best games that I didn't own, that I was surprised is absolutely fucking awesome, Spec Ops The Line. Holy shit. If you like shooting games, buy it. It might look like a generic Middle Eastern shooter because that's what it is. But the narrative, the story, and I'm not going to give anything away here, it's terrific. It is absolutely terrific. I felt physically ill. Forget no Russian in Modern Warfare 2. That is a shocking moment in video games. I'll give you that. This game pounds the shit out of it. But at the same time, it does it in a way, pardon me, does it in a way that just makes you feel so bad for playing the game. You play and think, oh my god, I'm an arsehole. Or you just can go, hey, and revel in the sickness of it. But the game is fucking sick, and it makes you look at yourself and go, is there something wrong with me for playing this game? Now, I think that's terrific. I don't believe there is anything wrong with wanting to play that game. I don't think there's anything inherently sick about playing violent games at all. But as an art form, Spec Ops, unlike any other modern shooters, is a piece of art. This is where you can make an argument that certain games are art. Spec Ops The Line is as close to art as a game I'm going to cover later. It's fantastic. The way it develops, and maybe I'll do a spoiler video about it sometime if enough people want me to do it. I'll sit down and discuss the plot at length, but I don't want to put any spoilers in this because I'm just going through pickups. Right. Game on the Wii. I've been picking up a few games on the Wii a few months back. A few months ago, I picked up Pandora's Tower, which is, you know, great. And this is a game that I didn't pick up on my Wii because it was around the time I transitioned across to high-def consoles. Mad World. This is some fun shit. Really good fun. Didn't pick it up originally. The time it came to my attention, I was going to buy it, and then I just transferred over to an Xbox. Didn't bother picking it up because my Wii then gathered dust until basically the last story came out, and Xenoblade Chronicles. So this game is great fun. This was one of those games where Nintendo was trying to go, yeah, guys, we have games for for adult gamers as well. People who like violent games. Yeah, we got that. We come back, please, come back. I'm sorry about the Wii Fit and the Zumba thing. Come back, please. Unfortunately, as I'll cover another video that I'll be recording today, Nintendo have not been doing themselves any favours, and there we go. But Mad World. Incidentally, that is the. People say it's the sequel to it is Anarchy Reigns, although they share a universe-ish. I don't know if they even share a universe because they share a protagonist, but they're entirely different characters. Really, I mean, they look the same, but it's not really in any kind of way. They have characters that are in both games, definitely, but I wouldn't really see one as a sequel to the other. I'd see them as one's a spin-off of the other. I'd see really Anarchy Reigns as a spin-off of Mad World. There we go. Okay, a few other old games that I have played in the past, or played a bit of and really enjoyed and didn't own a copy of. So I saw these. So, 999. Class. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. If you like your visual novels, this is a good one. This is a good visual novel. Basically, it's Saw if Saw was an interactive visual novel. It's good fun. It is good fun. Also picked up 3 Ace Attorney games, which is nice. So I picked up, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. I picked up Trials and Tribulations, and I picked up Apollo Justice. Good games. Never had a copy on my DS, so I'm very glad I picked them up. A few other older games I picked up that have been out for a little bit of a while that I haven't bought myself, mainly because I picked these up in sales, because why the hell not? This game for Promise Unforgotten. Unforgotten. Ah, it's good. Tactical RPGs. If you like your tactical RPGs, it's a good tactical RPG. It's got a good sense of humour. It's a fun game. It's good. It is a class game. Going a bit of a Japanesey gaming overload. Tales of Grace's Fortissimo. It's Fortissimo, not an F. That's a Fortissimo sign. But yeah, seems a bit ridiculous to call it Tales of Grace's F, but it's a Fortissimo sign because someone's feeling pretentious. Now, as you can tell, this is sealed. I haven't played this yet, but I like the Tales games. I've shown in the past. I've got Tales of the Abyss on my 3DS. I've got Tales of Vesperia. I've played some of the older Tales games. They're good fun. They're good, solid JRPGs. If you don't like a JRPG, don't pick it up because you'll fucking hate it. But as JRPGs go, it's a good one. Right. Picked up an HD collection. Now, Konami have a mixed bag with their HD collections. However, Zone of the Enders. Oh, fuck do I love Zone of the Enders. Zone of the Enders, by the way. A lot of people call it Zone of Enders. I don't know why. For some reason that the is somehow invisible to people. I'm not sure why, but they say Zone of Enders. Zone of the Enders. Anyway, Zone of the Enders 1 and 2. Remastered. The animated style in 2. The cutscene style. It's just terrific. I played the shit out of Zone of the Enders 2 on my PS2. Absolutely. That and Devil May Cry 3. That, for me, is what 2005-2006 gaming was. Absolutely fucking terrific. Right. Going to move on to new releases. Well, I say new releases. Some of these games have been out for a while, but we've only just got them in the UK. So, on my 3DS, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. Word of caution to you guys, and a bit of an update. Anyone who's bought this in the UK, Ghostlight, who localised it, a patch has been approved by Nintendo, is working through the system yet. I'm not sure whether it's available yet, but there has been an issue. It has been patched. I'm not sure if it's available yet on the store, but there is a bit of an issue here. But damn good game. 3DS remastering of Devil Survivor. Good fun. Devil Survivor 2 we might not be getting. That sucks balls. Hopefully we will. But right now it's a bit frustrating. Anyway, the reason I picked up 999 is because I picked up Virtue's Last Reward. Oh god, this game is fun. This is a fun game. Dark as fuck, but great. Really enjoy it. Really good fun. Again, as I said with 999, it's kind of Saw the video game graphic novel with puzzles. It's great fun. Right, I'm going to go on to 3 final games that have just recently come out. That 1, pretty good, but 2, I need to gush about. Now, Persona 4 Arena. This has been out for a while. We've just got it in the UK. and I've got it with the soundtrack that came with it, which is quite nice. This is a solid game. It's a good Atlas fighter. It is good. It is not the best Atlas fighter, but it's very good. It's the guys who made Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue is the most terrific new IP 2D fighters. It's just terrific. If you haven't picked up Blaze Blue, pick it up. If you like fighting games, it's fucking superb. Screw Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Fuck it. Blaze Blue beats the shit out of it. And Persona 4 is not far off. And it is the direct sequel to Persona 4. So if you've played Persona 4 and like fighting games, why the fuck do you not have this game? If you like Persona 4 and even just don't mind fighting games, this is a must-have. It's not very often you see an RPG followed up with a fighting game as the direct sequel. That in itself is quite an interesting concept. Right. 2 games here that I picked up recently that I absolutely adore. Fire Emblem Awakening. Holy shit. I like tactical RPGs. Not to the extent of... Some people like them a lot more than me. I enjoy them. I pick them up and I play them. I don't tend to stick with them that long. However, Awakening... Holy shit. My Game Boy had not been being used that much. Not been being used much at all. Now I bought this. In fact, if my memory serves, it's in there right now. I fucking love this game. I have bunged 20 hours in it in a couple of weeks. And between doing these videos, playing other games, on the TV rather than a handheld, on work, just working on the YouTube videos, I've had very little time, and I've managed to find 20 hours in the last couple of weeks to play this game. It is fucking phenomenal. It is the best Fire Emblem game in the series. It's evolved and improved, and the fact it's available on a handheld is just fucking terrific. It is worth buying a DS4. It's that good. If you like tactical RPGs, that is a system purchasing game right there. Fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Right. Here's a game everybody and their mother's been talking about it. BioShock Infinite. Now, I don't want to go into any spoilers, although it's hard to say that people who haven't played this game already probably know exactly what's going on with this game. They probably know the story back to front. There's online videos about it, almost an hour long, discussing the plot and the theories and ramifications. Not to give anything away, but it's a multi-universe sci-fi action shooter. It's great. Great story. Some of the best characterization. Elizabeth is one of the most compelling and human characters, and as an NPC in a shooter is terrific. You don't find yourself compelled saving her every 5 seconds. She does. She keeps herself safe, she keeps away from the trouble, and she helps you out actively in the game. This game is quite close to an absolute masterpiece. The shooting isn't as robust as I would like. It's a little bit stuck between, and BioShock had a similar problem. It's a little bit stuck between what it wants to do. It has these big set-piece shooting matches, but the main mechanic, the mechanic of the shooting, is a little bit off for me. It's not as satisfying. To be honest, I find the shooting in Call of Duty very satisfying as a shooting game. Now, I don't see why, if it had that quality of mechanics, plus the vigours and everything else involved, this game couldn't be flawed. It could not be faulted. But the shooting is it's a secondary thing. It's an FPS, but the shooting is not. Its quality as an actual shooter is below the best. However, as a game with a narrative and a story, oh shit. If you have any interest in game narrative, you want to be told a story rather than just play a shooter. If you want to play a shooter with a story rather than just how many people can you kill, this game is one for you. It is absolutely terrific. And I don't want to give any spoilers away. One thing I want to mention that I've seen anyone else really mention, the use of music. People mention music before, that it is good. It's all apt. All the music is apt. From the use of Cyndi Lauper girls just want to have fun. When the female character Elizabeth starts running around, she's first time she's been outside, she's running around, she's dancing with people. That's really wonderful. It's a really touching kind of little thing they put in there. And it's not obvious, it's accordion music, and it's Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. But also, right early on, when it's all just, you're walking around and it's all, it's fun. Also, it looks really beautiful, considering it's an Unreal 3 engine game. The art style makes it look beautiful. It's one of the reasons it shows that graphic fidelity does not make a good game. This game has standard fidelity. It's not outstanding, but they've designed it in a way that it looks beautiful, and it's not that high powered. Like I said before, this and Aliens Colonial Marines shared an engine. They both use Unreal 3. Aliens Colonial Marines, even for an Aliens game, it didn't have any vibrancy. And I know it's meant to be drab, but fuck me. And this, using a cartoony style, a slightly cartoony style, looks terrific. And it stands up against any game, even though, graphical fidelity-wise, it's not the highest. Not at all. But it is terrific, and a lot of thought went into it. My favourite bit, and especially once you play the whole game and you think about it, is the if you played the game through, you know what I'm talking about. Is that there's an early on in the game, and everyone's seen this clip. There's a barbershop quartet singing the Beach Boys. God only knows what I'd be without you. So it's just lovely little bit of musical interlude, interesting style on an old beach pop rock song, and when you play the game and then think of that song popping up so early on, you think, fucking awesome. What great thinking to have gone into that. Absolutely terrific. Love it. Fucking love it. Right. Now, for those of you who think I may be a bit pretentious, prepare to your head to explode, because I am going to share with you one of my my first personal parable. Parable for modern times, and this is the parable of the cucumber plant. Here is my cucumber plant. I'm not sure what he's going to be. I might give him a name. Not sure. Maybe Colin the cucumber plant. But anyway, I'm not going to explain this parable, because that's the point of a parable. You're meant to think about it. So I wanted to offer something, an option to make people think about a lot of what is happening in society in general, and how you can better yourself as a human being. Okay, this is entirely unrelated to games, but also incorporates the YouTube community, modern day gaming, everything really, covers everything. Now, this is a cucumber plant. Now, I like cucumbers. I do, I enjoy cucumbers. Not in that way, fuck off. Now, now, with cucumbers, you can either buy them from seeds, or you can be given them partly grown. In this case, I was given a partly formed cucumber plant. It allows me to grow cucumbers. However, in order to do that, it requires a certain degree of patience and skill. First, I need to know what I'm doing with this plant. I can't just leave it here. It's not going to be here. It's been in my kitchen facing the sunlight, and it's been watered, and it's grown quite a lot, because it was up here when I first got it. It's gone all the way up here. It's growing well. So I need to then move it. I need to pot it into the garden. I need to give it somewhere where it's got direct sunlight for a decent part of the day. I need to put up a trellis or a cane in order to allow it to grow. I need to water it properly. I need to keep the fucking cats from down the road from coming in and munching on the damn thing. And also any caterpillars or anything, I need to nurture it. I need to put time and effort and care and utilise knowledge and skill. And if I do those things, if I am willing to know what I'm doing, if I'm willing to work hard and persevere, rather than just rush out and buy a cucumber, I'm going to have a sustainable, long-term return on my work and effort. I'm going to have, not only do I have the satisfaction, but also I have fresh, lovely tasting cucumbers that I can have on a salad or put in a sandwich. Terrific. And I think it's something that we need to think about, that sometimes you are gifted something, part formed. Sometimes you have to start entirely from scratch. Now, Some people are lucky and some people are not in that respect. Some people you may have to buy seeds. Sometimes you may have to just, you know, buy a cucumber and plant the seed. Sometimes someone may offer you a early stage developed cucumber plant. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to, each of you, one will have to put in more effort than the other, but you're both going to have to put in ultimately a lot of effort to get to that point before you can reap something. It is not a matter of instant gratification. It is not a matter of just rushing out and seeing what happens. And I can't just leave it on a windowsill and hope it does the work for me. Got to use my knowledge, got to use talent, and take advantage of opportunities that arise. Anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. Catch you guys later.